When a U.S. Army helicopter and an American Airlines plane collided midair near Washington in January, killing 67 people, that was once too often.
But after it almost happened again, a close call Friday between an Air Force plane and a Delta jetliner near Reagan Airport, we decided to investigate.
So how often does it happen? A close call involving a military aircraft.
We found that over nearly 4 decades, it has happened more than 2,000 times. Senior transportation correspondent Kris Van Cleave is in Washington. Kris?
Tonight, the NTSB is investigating this latest incident near Washington's Reagan National Airport, but our data analysis finds nationwide the military appears to account for an outsized number of what the FAA calls near midair collisions.
Delta Flight 2983 had just taken off from Minneapolis with 136 aboard when its pilots got a collision avoidance alert calling for evasive maneuvers. The reason? 4 Air Force T-38 jets were streaking towards a flyover at Arlington National Cemetery at about 350 miles an hour.
There are actual aircraft about 500 feet below us as we came off of DCI.
A CBS News data analysis found of the more than 8,000 near mid-air collisions voluntarily reported to the FAA between 1987 and 2021, nearly 1 in 4 involved at least one military aircraft. And when it comes to close calls between the military and commercial airliners, there were 258 reports, 34 deemed critically close to a collision. That's despite military aircraft accounting for only about 2% of all miles flown annually. NTSB investigators are looking into the Army's handling of close calls in the wake of January's deadly mid-air collision. Chair Jennifer Homendy.
We have found so far that a lot of the conversation and safety discussion at the battalion level is really focused on OSHA slips, trips, and falls. There is a disconnect.
So, Kris, we know that military helicopters are now restricted there in that area. Are they thinking about military jets as well?
Some of that will depend on what comes out of these investigations. One thing that's clear is if those jets were in fact going 350 miles an hour, as the preliminary data indicates, that's far faster than commercial traffic would ever operate in that airspace.
Kris, what is the FAA saying about all that airspace around National Airport?
Well, you know, the FAA acting administrator told Congress just last week that they missed warning signs leading up to the accident in January. They're working to understand how those red flags were missed and to keep it from happening again.